If you're watching this, chances are you're asking the same question a lot of people are right now. Is the Blendtec Professional 800 actually worth nearly $800, or is it just an overpriced blender with a fancy lid? And honestly, that's a smart question, because on paper, this thing sounds like a dream. Super quiet, ultra powerful, and able to make everything from hot soups to ice cream in under 60 seconds. But when you're investing that much in a kitchen appliance, you're not just buying features, you're buying convenience, reliability, and hopefully peace of mind. So in this video, I'm going to break it all down for you. What this blender actually does better than the rest, where it might surprise you, and what issues you'll want to consider before making a decision. Let's start with what it's supposed to do. The Blendtec Pro 800 comes with a commercial-grade motor rated at 1,800 watts, 11-speed touch controls, and pre-programmed cycles for smoothies, hot soups, frozen desserts, batters, and more. The Wild Side Plus jar is designed to pull ingredients into the blades without needing a tamper. And yes, it can even make soup hot straight from raw ingredients using nothing but blade friction. And here's the big selling point: the noise, or rather, the lack of it. Thanks to its sound enclosure and airflow system, it's one of the quietest, high-powered blenders you can buy. Multiple users have said they can use it in the middle of the night without waking anyone, which is rare, especially if you've ever owned a Ninja or a Vitamix. But don't jump ahead just yet, because while this blender does a lot right, there are a few real-world limitations that could make or break your experience, including one specific flaw that even longtime users didn't expect. If you want to check the current price or see more specs, there's a link down in the description and in the pinned comment. But I'd suggest sticking with me for a few more minutes, because how this machine is built might change how you feel about it. So let's talk about the build, because once you get past the bold promises, this is where a lot of products either impress or disappoint. And for a blender in this price range, the Blendtec Professional 800 sets the bar high, but not without a few things to keep in mind. First impression, this thing looks like it belongs in a juice bar. It's big, solid, and feels premium. The matte black base has a clean, almost industrial look, and the illuminated touch interface gives it a modern edge. It's the kind of appliance that, once it's on your counter, feels like part of the kitchen, not just something you pull out and put away. The main feature that sets it apart visually is the sound enclosure dome. It's not just a gimmick, it's a heavy-duty plastic hood that seals over the jar to trap noise. And it works. Multiple reviewers said they can blend while others are asleep just a few rooms away. If you've ever avoided using your blender because of the noise, this one feature alone might be life-changing. But here's where that design starts to demand some trade-offs. This blender is large. The full unit stands nearly 22 inches tall, which means it won't fit under most standard kitchen cabinets. That's something several users pointed out after purchase. If you don't have a lot of clearance, it may need to live on an open counter space. And the sound enclosure lid, while incredibly effective, needs to be lifted each time you use the jar, so vertical space matters here. The Wild Side Plus jar is another standout. It's made of BPA-free plastic and has a unique 5-sided design that pulls ingredients down into the blades more efficiently than standard round jars. And because the blades are blunt, not sharp, they're actually safer to clean and less likely to chip or break over time. But they are thick and powerful, so you'll want to make sure the jar is seated properly or it might not start. In short, the construction screams quality, but it's built for serious users who can accommodate the space and want something that lasts. Now that we've covered the build and what kind of space this blender demands, let's talk about what really matters: how it performs in daily use. Because let's be honest, a good-looking blender that sits unused on the counter isn't helping anyone. The Blendtec Pro 800 is designed to be used daily, and for many people, it replaces not just a regular blender, but also parts of a food processor, a mixer, and even a soup pot. The 11-speed touch slider gives you full control, whether you're pulsing salsa or slowly ramping up to crush ice into snow. But if you prefer to just press and go, the pre-programmed cycles are incredibly handy. There's one for smoothies, one for hot soup, frozen treats, mixed drinks, and even batter. Each cycle runs for a set time and adjusts speed automatically, which means less guesswork and no hovering. For smoothies, it's almost effortless. Frozen bananas, chia seeds, greens, nuts. It all turns into a creamy, drinkable texture in under 60 seconds. No chunks, no grit. Reviewers mentioned how even fibrous ingredients like kale or flax are completely broken down. That makes a difference if you're making drinks for kids or just don't want to chew your breakfast. But what surprises most people is how well it handles hot recipes. You can literally toss in raw vegetables, broth, seasonings, and 5 minutes later, you've got piping hot soup thanks to blade friction. That's not just convenient, it cuts down on dishes and cook time. For busy households, that's a real bonus. Now, here's a small but important caveat. While the preset buttons work great for most tasks, dense or dry blends, like nut butters or thick doughs, may need some manual adjustments. And since there's no tamper, it might take a little trial and error with liquid ratios, especially early on. Still, for most daily tasks, smoothies, sauces, soups, dips, frozen drinks, this blender not only performs, it replaces other appliances. The Blendtec Pro 800 is a performance machine, but what sets it apart is how little effort it demands from you after the blending is done. Let's start with cleaning. Whether you're blending something light like a fruit smoothie or thick like almond butter, the Wild Side Plus jar doesn't hold onto food. There are no sharp blades that trap residue and no awkward grooves at the base where ingredients get stuck. After you're done, just add warm water with a bit of dish soap. Run it on a pulse setting for a few seconds, rinse, and that's it. There's no need to scrub or disassemble anything, and that's a huge win for busy routines. If you skip the self-clean cycle and let it sit, even then, cleanup isn't a chore. The wide, square shape of the jar makes it easy to reach inside with a sponge, and unlike some blenders, you won't end up with moldy seals or food caught under the blades. It's designed to stay hygienic with minimal effort. As for the control surface, it's flat and sealed. No buttons to get sticky, no knobs to break. A single wipe is enough to keep the touch panel looking brand new. It's a small detail, but it makes a big difference when you're cleaning up multiple times a day. Now, on to maintenance. This blender doesn't require much, but it's worth noting that the lid hinges and sound enclosure arms are moving parts, and a few users have seen wear after a couple of years of heavy use. Nothing catastrophic, but if you blend several times a day, that's something to keep an eye on. Keeping the lid track clean and dry can help extend its lifespan. In short, the Blendtec Pro 800 is a powerful machine that doesn't punish you with high maintenance. And for anyone who values a clean kitchen with less hassle, that alone might be worth the investment. So after spending time with the Blendtec Professional 800, from its heavy-duty build and whisper-quiet performance to its smart design choices and low-maintenance cleanup, here's the honest takeaway. This isn't just a blender. It's a high-efficiency kitchen tool built for people who blend often and want their appliances to work with them, not against them. If you're tired of machines that struggle with frozen fruit, leave behind gritty textures, or shake your whole countertop, this could be the upgrade that finally solves those problems. But it's not for everyone. If you have limited counter space or you rely on a tamper for thick blends, this might require some adjustment. And yes, at just under $800, it's a premium investment. But you're not just buying raw power. You're buying time saved, noise reduced, and hassle removed from your daily routine. For households focused on healthy eating, meal prep, or even just the morning smoothie, this machine delivers consistency, speed, and silence like few others. It's not flashy, but it's incredibly capable. If you've made it this far, I hope this helped answer the real questions you had. Not just about features, but about fit. That's what this channel is for. If you're ready to check pricing or see if there are bundle offers available, the link is down in the description and in the pinned comment. But only go there if you feel confident this is the right tool for you. And before you go, don't forget to like this video if it helped you, subscribe for more real-world kitchen gear reviews, and drop a comment below. What's the one thing your current blender just can't handle? Let's help each other out down there. See you in the next one.